So now we get into a little bit more advanced stuff, things you can work on your own. There's a million different combinations of this stuff. But I want to work on the jab series. Now remember, when most people think of a jab step, they only think of it when they're playing one-on-one. Understand, if I get the ball on the wing and we're trying to run a play, I can't just rip. They're going to keep coming at me. So I might jab, rock the baby, jab, to keep the defense away from me. So as other people are screening or I'm waiting for something to come available, I'll have open passing lanes as well. Now obviously we like the jab step because it's a destructive move. It's unstoppable if you know how to use it. And so I'm going to show you a handful of moves here that I use off the jab step. Now the first one, very important to remember, is you stay super low and you don't want to move your whole body. I don't want to jab my whole body out there because then I got to stop my whole body. I can't go any direction. I'm not a threat. Can't go anywhere. I want to keep my balance over this leg and I jab. I also don't want to jab toe first. I want to jab. Now most people when they jab and then they come back and then they shoot. Well, that's fine if your 1-2 steps is faster than the defense's 1-2. This is called the half step. It's where you combine your jab and your 1-2 shot. 1-2 shot. So what you do is you make your jab look like your 2 or your 2 look like your jab, and it's called a half step. Now even a guy like, I don't know, Kawhi Leonard, best defensive player in the game, he's way faster than me. However, my 1 step is faster than him taking 2 steps. If I were to jab, he'd take the jab, he'd come back, he'd block my shot. But the half step, 1-2 shot, jab is a jab into my shot. I get off the ground. I jab into my shot. Devastating move. What I add to that is rock the baby. Now often, too many times people, they keep their body on the top connected to their body on the bottom. Remember, it's a double door. I can send the ball this way, I can jab this way, I can do a lot of stuff up top. I don't have to match the ball with my feet. So some of the moves you worked on in the catching portion, you can use here, like rock the baby. I catch, I hip, and then I use my half step. So I catch, hip, right into my shot. If I can freeze the defense and keep them on the ground, it's very effective. I call it my jack in the box. You all seen the little and even though you know it's coming, it startles you. That's what a jump shot should be. Even if the defense is up in my shorts with me, they're guarding me, the coach is saying, stop letting him score. If I can shoot my shot quickly and abruptly, like the element of surprise, like a jack in the box, I should be able to get it off. But don't think you're going to shoot fast shots in a game if you don't practice fast shots in practice. So I'm catching. Very hard to guard. I learned this move from Reggie Miller, and a lot of you don't remember Reggie Miller. Oh, was he fun to watch. Trash talking, real skinny, but boy could he shoot. Didn't have a lot of dribble moves, but he had such a good shot. You had to guard him so close. Just incredible to watch. So I love Reggie Miller. And this is called my freeze or my teeter-totter. I don't really want to show you guys this move because it's kind of my go-to, but it's just like anything. If you execute, it works perfect. Now we'll catch the ball. If they catch and they rip and they go. They catch, they rip, and they go. Got to make sure you push off. What we don't want to do is catch, rip, stop, and start again. Nobody's better from a standstill. Remember that person in the race? Or if you're driving a rolling stop, or if you're on a bicycle, you come to a complete stop, it's hard to get going again. Same in basketball. So what you want to do is try and get a leaning, rolling start, but see if you can freeze the defense the other way. So I'm coming in, we call it even like a fake pass if you're practicing. You're coming, hit, and you take off. As you're going, fluid, go. 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 Except as you're going, go. You do a little pass fake back behind the guy. Ideally what you'd like is you get rolling, you give a little flinch and sway. Defense is standing still while you're going away. And you cut him off. Very, very, very good move. The other one is like that. I call it, let's go nowhere fast. Let's go nowhere fast. You're gonna need a 1-2 step for this. Remember, 1-2, 1-2. If I'm going to my right, whether I'm righty or lefty, inside foot is the 1, 1-2. If I'm a lefty, it's 1-2. If I'm going to my left, inside foot is the 1, 1-2. If I'm a lefty, 1-2. So you're gonna need a 1-2 step for this move, but you wanna go nowhere fast. Think of like a 100-yard dash. If I was running the 100-meter dash, on your mark, get set, go! I would bust out of the block. I'd go that first 2-3 feet as fast as I could, trying to get up to top speed. That's what we're doing here. You're imagining you're running a 100-yard race, but you're not. The defense guarding you should feel like, holy smokes, he's running a 100-meter dash. They should go to defend that, except you're going nowhere fast. So I'm here, I can use my rock the baby, I can use my freeze teeter totter, but I get somewhere and I go nowhere fast, up into my shot. Work's going the other way too. Be careful you don't travel. A lot of people travel because they get their weight on that front foot. Keep your weight on your pivot, hit, hit. And I'm gonna make it seem like I'm gonna drive by him so far, but I hit, I go nowhere fast. That was ugly, let me make one for you. And I go nowhere fast. Don't forget your follow through. Now, another thing, again, we started with no dribbles. Remember, the best move is no move. The better a defender is, the less you want to dribble. That half step works a lot. But sometimes you gotta get off your spot and you gotta re-locate. Now, if you're going nowhere fast, that's the move. You gotta sell out. You gotta stop and pop. If you stop and think, they'll have a chance to do the same. They'll recover and they'll guard you. But if somebody's big, you wanna try and cover a lot of ground. So I don't know if you can see where I am here, but I'm right dead smack in the middle at the nail. If my jabs aren't quite working or I'm not quite feeling the shot or whatever it may be, you don't catch it here very often. But what I'm gonna do is relocate into a fast 1-2. And then I'm also gonna relocate into a fast 2-1. And we'll talk about that here in a second. But now I'm gonna go to my left, I'm making my move, it's not there. If I relocate, I've got to make sure to relocate at least 4 feet away. I cannot dribble in place and think I'm going to be able to make a move on anybody there. When I relocate, I got to get far away so that the defense is forced to not slide, but to move both feet off the ground. Unless they're a very disciplined defender who push-pull. Most people will go ahead and move the long distance, and at some point, I don't know if you can see this, both feet will be off the ground. That's what you want. When somebody's both feet are off the ground, you make your next abrupt move because now they're worse than a standstill. They see what's happening, they react. As soon as they land, they're gonna overreact to your next move, and you should be wide open. So I move, 1-2. Woo! Shouldn't be showing you guys this, I'm telling you. I catch it, I don't have it, I gotta relocate! Very, very, very similar to go nowhere fast, but I've gotta go somewhere first. If I'm going nowhere fast, I get to and I pop. But if I'm gonna relocate, I gotta get here, and knock it down. Fun to practice, not easy to perfect. That's off the 1-2. Let's talk about the 2-1. I don't love this move. We teach it. I use it. A lot of people have it. I use it to get a shot off. So it's a fake crossover move. If I'm crossing, I was slow, I don't want to carry, but I want to keep my hand and push. What I do is, as I'm pulling the ball through, I slide my hand under like a trap door, and rise up into my shot. Very, very, very hard to guard. Got jab, jab, relocate, jab, jab. Sort of like a dribble jab step. Think how devastating this move would be if I wasn't dribbling. If I'm dribbling, different footwork. For instance, if I'm standing still, I wouldn't be allowed to do this. 1-2 layup. I'd be hard to guard. But if I dribble, I'm allowed to 1-2 layup. Think of those 1-2 steps people use for their layups. You can use them on your jump shots too. So, as I'm making my moves, and I'm moving somewhere, 1-2. This move would be so devastating. Jab, jab, jab. Clearly that's a travel. But if I can jab, 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 put, that is not a travel. The defense thinks it's a dribble move where I'm driving by them. Or I'm driving by them. But I'm really driving into my shot. Relocate, you're gonna drive, drive, drive. Hear that? Woo! And the last one. Think of a boxer. Left, left, right, left. Left, left, uppercut, left. Left, left, circle, uppercut, uppercut. They practice their combinations. The world champion doesn't go left, right, and then get into a boxing match and think they're gonna go left, right. It's not the good old days, right? Not the good old days. You gotta practice your combinations. Left, left, right, left, left, boom, right? Same thing with your basketball moves. Pick out moves you like. Start very slow, and this might sound weird. If you've ever done a dance, and 3, 2, and 5, 6, 7, you know, it's all a flow. And so that's what you really wanna do, is you wanna catch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so you know the timing as you speed up, don't go too fast, don't travel. And if you're trying to throw somebody off with like one of those go nowhere fast, or the 2-1, even though you're counting to 8, you'd be shooting at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you knock the other cool combination so you don't travel when you're changing directions. Again, too many people get travel and they travel. Now really work on your pivot. Catch, 1, 2, hit, there, up, into your shot. Catch, low, but you gotta start slow and build up to it until eventually you'll come up with a few of your own domination combinations where you catch, or jump stop, catch, 1, 2, 3, 4, pop, pop. Yes! I love making shots.